evening everybody, Car Biker here. Just heading home from work on this quite nice autumn evening. Just coming up to Halloween and the clocks are about to go back. So this might be the last time for this year that I get to ride home from work and still have some light in the air. It might be dark next week, I think. Been interviewing again. 6 people I've interviewed over the last 2 days. It is soul destroying doing it. I've got another couple to do after the weekend because it's Friday now, a couple to do on the Monday before we start thinking about second interviews. And it's so variable, really is so variable. Get some people come in and you think, oh, he knows his stuff, and then you get other people come in. I have a set of technical questions I ask and he didn't get a single one right, and it makes you wonder, why did you turn up? Because you don't know the subject. So if you'd have turned up looking for a trainee role, would have made sense, but to turn up looking for a software developer role when you can't answer a single question about the technologies we're using, yeah, not so good. Anyway, that's nothing to do with what I want to talk about tonight. Tonight? My interviews were tonight. No, tonight I'd like to talk about crashes. Unfortunately, Kev, the infamous biker, had a crash this week. I think that he's actually put a video up. I haven't seen it yet, but I think I just saw, just before I left work, I think I saw it come up in my YouTube feed. But he did send us a video the other day. And it was the type of crash that I find slightly scary, I have to say. And it's not because it was particularly bloody or gory or anything like that. It wasn't. But because I don't think there was anything he could have done about it. I've said a lot of times about YouTube videos, there's quite a lot of times you see a video of somebody having a crash and some of them are just riding like fools.
I love this bike!
Some of them are just riding like fools, but others are riding of a good quality of riding, but there are things that could have done that little bit better that might just have helped them out. And I wouldn't ever criticise them because, as I say, they're riding at a good quality. But I like to think, what could have been done differently? What could I do in my normal riding that would make me less likely to have that accident? And when I watched Kev's crash, I couldn't see anything I could have done differently. So he was riding along a normal country road, and ahead of him was a van that was turning right. I don't think it was indicating. It was hard to tell on the video whether it was or not. I'm not sure whether it was on the phone or not. I have kind of tried to have a look at the video and it doesn't look quite right. It looks like he could have been fiddling with something, but you can't tell for sure. As I say, maybe when Kev puts out his video in full, maybe he'll be able to shed more light on that. But basically, as Kev's going along, just as he's approaching the junction the van's going to go down, the van just turns across him. Classic "sorry mate, I didn't see you" moment. And Kev hit the van head on. He probably didn't even really have a chance to scrub off any speed either, because the time between him noticing, which I'm assuming is the time about it when he went, "Ah!" That automatic reaction, whether he got time to actually get to the brake lever or not, I don't know. But he hit the thing head on. Looks like his bike is dead. Thank goodness he isn't. I mean, he's pretty banged up. He's got some muscle damage. He's got a cracked elbow. But those things heal, and bikes mend or get replaced. So, you know, that's the main thing. That standard biker reaction usually is, "How's your bike?" And this one was such a thud that actually my reaction to it was, after a little bit of swearing, was, "Are you all right?" And it wasn't until the next day when I actually asked about the bike, because it's a bit of a shocking one, because it doesn't look like there's anything he could do about it. He's following my path a bit, I have to say. I'm going off topic again, but he seems to be following in my footsteps. I'm pretty sure he passed his test just after I did. And got his first big bike just after I did. And a couple of times I bought a bike, and just after that he's bought a bike. And the other year I organised a ride out, then had a crash and broke myself and had to cancel the ride out, and he's doing that as well. I mean, watch yourself, Kev, because if you're not careful, soon you'll be doing day after day of endless mind-numbing, soul-destroying interviewing, and you'll have to shave your head and grow a big bushy beard. And you have a ginger beard, sir. So, you know, don't want to go there, do you? Sorry. But anyway, all that was an intro to me wanting to ask a question. Because I think people's reactions to crashes vary. If anything, seeing Kev's video was more of a thing for me, more of a reaction in me, than actually having my accident. I mean, I know exactly what I could have done to not have my accident, and that was not try motocross. I don't know what I could have done to avoid his accident, as I've said. But it appears he's in the same boat as me. I had my accident, and my reaction to it was, damn it. So I came off, landed on my head and my shoulder, kind of took a few seconds to get my breath, and then tried to get up and thought, that hurts, and it's in the wrong place because my arm had moved kind of halfway down my body. And I thought, that's wrong. And my first reaction was, I wonder how long it's going to be before I get to ride again. And I think Kev's done the same thing, because while I was chatting to him, once I'd made sure it was generally okay, he was saying about, at least I'll be able to get an Explorer with the with the insurance payout. And I'm assuming he means a Tiger Explorer, is it? I'm assuming he means 2 wheels, not 4. But some people have a different reaction. I was chatting with my boss the other day, and he has a bike licence, but he's not ridden for many years. He rode when he was in the military, and he can kind of ride or drive pretty much anything, including tanks. And I suppose the safety of a tank not in a battle zone is somewhat safer than that of afforded to you by a motorbike. So, but he rode for about 5 years when he had no other form of transport, and then he gave it up, saying it was too dangerous. Now, he did have 4 accidents in 5 years, so that's probably a good reason to give it up. But also he met his wife, and I don't know if he had kids back then. I don't think so, but he's had kids since, and he says he'd never get back on a bike now with him having kids. I don't have children, no plans to have children, but Mrs. C does kind of depend on me, although if I had a crash and killed myself, she would get quite a nice payout and probably do alright at that. Oh, I shouldn't talk like that, should I? But I keep doing it. But yeah, it gave me pause for thought seeing Kev's crash, because I've done a lot to try and avoid crashes, and doing the IAM and all that kind of stuff. And as I say, gives you pause for thought when you see those ones that just kind of happen. It's not that it's nobody's fault; it's clearly the van driver's fault. It's not a pure accident in kind of meteorite hit me in the eye while I was riding, but it's certainly not one that Kev could have avoided, I don't think. It was just wrong place, wrong time. So I wonder, what are other people's reactions to these type of things? Have you had a crash and it's stopped you riding? And I don't mean physically stopped you, because obviously if you're injured to the point where you can't ride, then there's not a lot you can do about that, is there? But that has just made you decide that it's too dangerous? Or have you had a crash and thought the same as us, as how long will it be before I can ride again? Let me know in them there comments, and send Kev your best wishes. Oh, and don't mention high vis, please. He could have worn high vis, and then he would have been indestructible. I'm sure he'd enjoy that. So I just leave me to say thank you for watching, everyone. Ride safe, and I shall talk to you all again soon.